Hello and welcome to The Curators, episode 117, the weekly podcast and YouTube series where I discuss cool game and game-related crowdfunded projects from the Gamerati curated Kickstarter page, which you can find at kickstarter.com/Gamerati. I'm Marcelo, and our show is transmitted as a podcast that you can find just looking for The Curators on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or Stitcher, and a video version of our episodes are at youtube.com/Gamerati. I have 3 games this time. 3 card games. Yeah, I have 3 card games. I just realized the coincidence. Anyhow, the first project I've got for you is Heroic Challenges, role-playing cards for players and GMs. It's from LoreSmyth. They're behind other cards for games too, such as Remarkable Shops and Dungeon Discoveries. That one I have a copy. It's very good. I can't play RPGs anymore without using Dungeon Discoveries. And now they're kickstarting a different deck of cards for any fantasy RPGs called Heroic Challenges. It's a collection of 2 decks with 50 cards each, with narrative prompts designed to reward player creativity and enhance your campaign story. The cards have challenges and rewards printed on them. You have hundreds of prompts that encourage creative play, that deepen character choices, and give rewards that go beyond just gold and XP. You add an exciting new dimension to your role-playing games with those cards, without railroading players or sidelining the GM. So the cards are system agnostic and easy to use with any fantasy tabletop role-playing game. It's designed to synergize your ongoing campaign narrative. And the starter set provides 200 combinations for challenges and rewards. So you have 50, as I said, I have a deck of 50 challenge cards and a deck of 50 reward cards, but each has more than one choice. You can pick only one or pick several, mix them up, and mix and match whatever works for you. For example, there are challenges like you pick up a card and it says, find or make a safe campsite to rest, or you can choose to detect or utilize present natural magic. Another challenge is disguise or transform yourself to go unseen, which is a challenge, or deceive or entertain to gain someone's trust. And then the rewards cards, they also have more than one option. You have a reward card that says, get or give an extra save to a party member against a spell or attack, or heal up to half of your party member's life total. There's another one here. Use the die roll result of a party member or GM instead of your own, or retry your charisma or athletics check. So you give those cards, you hand those cards over to players, and they can spend them. They can use them which one of the 2 rewards possible. So the cards are to be used both by the GM or the players. The use of the cards allow your group to challenge themselves with heroic or poignant moments, and it's aimed to stimulating your creativity, even during the game or when you're preparing the game. With the cards, you can help yourself to find new ways to roleplay, be you a player or a GM. And you can always use the cards to create impromptu elements to immediately add to your campaign. Or you can use those cards beforehand while you're working in the preparation of the next adventure. The cards also come with moral dilemmas that will naturally make the players more engaged in the game. And the decks come in a durable small box that's easy to bring to the table. And there's also a printable PDF option too. This kind of accessory for your game it will allow you to be creative without having to think a lot about it. So these kinds of cards will allow you to be more creative during your campaign, either if you're a player or a GM, and it will help either new or long-time players find new ways to play the game and deepen their characters' motivations, their character choices, their actions, without it feeling forced. It's a gamification element of the game, which is, I think it's very cool. You can also, with the cards, you augment your campaign story with impromptu elements, as I said, and you can use the cards to work as a group to overcome unexpected hurdles or deal with moral dilemmas. And then you can obviously reap the rewards and create lasting bonds. And the GM can use the cards as a prep tool to allow player engagement too, by letting them draw challenges during the game, weaving its results into the ongoing story and keeping you can even keep card a secret or display it on the table for the whole group and the GM to see. Let's take a look at the pledge levels. For 10 euros, or about $11, you get the cards in PDF. It's the Heroic Challenge card in digital PDF format, optimized for DIY printing. For 20 euros or $22, you get the starter set box, which gets the Heroic Challenges box set, started set, which contains 2 decks of 50 cards each, with challenges and rewards to get you started at the gaming table. The shipping will be collected later when the cards are released. They are expecting to deliver on November 2020. Then for 25 euros or about $28, you get the starter box plus digital extras. You get Heroic Challenges box set. You get the Play Guide PDF booklet that describes interesting ways to use the Heroic Challenges as a GM or as a player. For 45 euros or $49, you get the Cards Galore. You get the Heroic Challenge starter box plus all 3 Dungeon Discoveries deck, which is Fumbled Searches, Wilderland Voyage, and Curious Treasure. This is a GM Ultimate Idea Prep Engine. For 95 euros or $104, you get the LoreSmyth Super Bundle, which is cool. You get the Heroic Challenge starter box plus a complete collection of LoreSmyth fantasy products: the Remarkable Inns hardcover, the Remarkable Shops hardcover, Claws of Madness Adventure, Dungeon Discoveries Fantasy Deck Bundle, which are 3, and a LoreSmyth dice bag and dice. LoreSmyth is kickstarting this game until the 7th of May. So the game is EU friendly and US friendly, which means that rewards bound for the EU or the US will ship within the US or the EU with no extra custom charges. If we're not on Europe or United States, the cards will be shipped from their HQ in the Netherlands. So shipping for Brazil, my experience at least, that stuff that comes shipped from Europe is cheaper than from other places. So although they don't say how much it's gonna cost yet. Heroic Challenges, role-playing cards for players and GMs, all the way to the 7th of May. Still have, 20 days to go? 19 days to go? Let's take a look at our next card set here, which is Veilwraith, a solo fantasy quest game. Veilwraith is a fantasy card game from Tristan Hall, which is their 7th Kickstarter already. It's a fantasy card game set after the end of the world, featuring deck building elements for 1 player. It can also be played with multiple players with up to 4 Veilwraiths, where each player must have their own copy of the game. So Veilwraith is played over a series of games or vignettes, which together make up a campaign. Each vignette has the player, the Veilwraith, collect 5 keys and defeat all of that vignette's foes, all whilst evading the watchful eye of the Archfiend. Once they have collected all 5 keys and defeat the vignette's foes, only then can they try and reach the portal in time to escape beyond the veil and win the game. So the box of the game comes with 5 silver ribbons, 1 spirit dial, 20 power tokens, 1 action power track, and 121 cards divided into 3 actions, 5 vignettes, 5 keys, 12 foes, 40 threats, 20 basic memories, 34 memory upgrades, 1 portal, and 1 Archfiend. Each game of Veilwraith is played over a number of rounds, and in each round, threats emerge from the threat deck for the Veilwraith to try to defeat. On their turn, the Veilwraith you can play memory cards to improve their situation. You can combine memories to significantly boost their available actions. You can tilt an action to make it more powerful, or you can try to defeat a threat and use special key abilities for that, all in an attempt to find all 5 keys and escape as quickly as possible to win. Each round has 5 phases in which the Veilwraith does the following. They can threat, which adds a threat card to the threat area. They can draw a card, which is a memory card or to their hand. You can play a card on their turn using actions to tackle threats, or they can use the spirit action, which means that they lose spirit based on the threats now in play, and the last phase is the cleanup, where you check for victory, otherwise they get ready for the next round. So the cards and the characters in this world are very diverse. You have the Vana, which in the Seared Lands, or Vana, that has been left behind after the end of all things. They are fragment memories or trapped souls. They continue to try and break through the shattered veil. You have the Daja. Some spirits remain there because of intractable bond with the life they left behind, and some remain because of strong magics or strong curses or the tragedy of their fate. These souls are called the Daja. Their very presence threatens to drain your soul unless you can help them find peace. There's also the Anima, which is other more malicious entities who patrol the Vana too, clinging to a shadowy vestige of wraith-like half-life. They are the twisted Anima, creatures and spirits driven by madness and evil. They are demons, monsters, damned souls, and they can be puppets of the Overlord himself. Then you have the cards that are keys. As a Veilwraith, you are a remnant of what you once was, an unearthly being sent back through the veil by an impossible twist of fate. You must traverse the corrupted Vana, searching for and wearing together a series of disparate memories called keys that can restore light, color, and life to this broken, blackened world. And finally, you have the memories. Gifted with unusual talents, you can avail yourself of powerful memories from the stories that came before. Memories which are all that remain to this ravaged land. The game has amazing art, gloomy art, and it's completely black and white because it's a world where all color and all life has been drawn out. Because it's a world that ended, and it's a world governed by spirits, Anima, Daja, and Vana. So it's a very gloomy artwork, very well done. I think it's amazing. And the Kickstarter goes all the way to the 30th of April. So 13 days, more or less. The rewards you have, if you pledge £30, which is $38, you get a copy of the game. For £55 or $69, you get Veilwraith Absolution, which is a copy of Veilwraith plus the expansion Absolution. Then for £55, you get £55 or $69, you get Veilwraith, the base game, plus a playmat, which is a playmat. It's not only an art printed on the mat. There's also the areas where you can put the different cards, which is always a good one. For £80 or $100, you get Hall In, which is a copy of Veilwraith plus the Absolution expansion plus the playmat. And that's it. You fund the base game with the expansion, the base game with the playmat, or everything. All right, and now we're going to the third game and the third card game of this Curators, which is Good Puppers, which is a card game about some great dogs who all just want to be friends and bury bones in the yard together. The game is being kickstarted by Asmadi Games, which is their 21st Kickstarter project. And it's the complete opposite of the previous game that I recommended. This game is very colorful, has a beautiful, amazing art in watercolor from two amazing artists. Good Puppers is a cute game about gathering a yard full of dogs who all share the most important pupper goal, which is bury a nice stash of bones. The game takes about 30 minutes to play, and you can play with 2, 3, or 4 players, and it's very easy to learn. So, the game comes with 100 cards featuring beautiful watercolor art of the finest puppers we could imagine. And that's all you need to play, really. And the rulebook, of course. As a bonus to the backers, they're adding a sheet of stickers to every Kickstarter copy. They have already unlocked the first sticker, but they are 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go up to 5 sticker sheets. The game works like this. Every round, you choose a pup from your hand, and you place it on your yard and do whatever it says to do on the card. Then you choose a new pup from the dog park, which is a face-up line of cards on the side, and you draw it to your hand. Whoever played the highest number pup gets first pick. As your yard accumulates more dogs, they group by breed. The more matching pups you collect, the stronger their abilities become. The main objective of the game is for your pups to bury as many bones as they can find in your yard. Each bone starts out worth 1 point, but all the dogs have different abilities. For example, the Noble Shepherd has the ability to move up one of your bones to his area, and you can turn the card of the bones because they have a fixed number, usually 1. But then you use abilities to turn the cards so the bones become worth 3, 6, or even 10. So the Noble Shepherd allows you to do that, and the more Noble Shepherds you have, the more abilities you have to do that. Each group of pups has their own stash of bones. Some effects will let you upgrade, which I said, rotate the cards, so that they're worth more points. You have to cleverly plan your pupper place to both bury lots of bones and rotate them to increase your score. And the pups have end of game bonus. So you activate when the game ends. For example, for each Aussie you can turn a bone card twice. You can rotate it twice. Or if you have 4 or more bones, you can rotate every bone once, depending on the pups you have on your collection. yeah. Well, at the end of the game, each breed has its own bonus rule, which will give you one last chance to upgrade buried bones. Once that is done, you simply add the value of all your bones and see who wins. There's a short message from the curator here, which says, "My goal in designing Good Puppers was to make a game that is very easy to teach, accessible to gamers of all experience levels and ages, but with enough strategy to keep things interesting after many plays. I hope you all love it." It's Chris Cieslik, which is the game designer for Asmadi Games. Something interesting in this Kickstarter, you can download the rules right now. It's a 7 megabytes PDF, or you can download a PDF of the print and play version of the game, so you can check it out. Let's take a look at the pledge levels here. For $14 US, you get one fine doggo or a copy of Good Puppers. For $44 US, you get 4 copies of the game. For $95 US, you get 1 game and a 12 by 16 inches canvas print of the pupper art of your choosing. And for $115, you get a full case of pups, which is a full case of 12 copies at 50% off, perfect for retailers. And they are very proud of the art they're showcasing here, and the art is beautiful. The artists are Carl Corinne and Amanda Coronado, and it seems that they have a lot of fun drawing puppies, drawing dogs, and I want a copy of this game just because of the stickers and the posters. So shipping will be $3 for 1 game to the US, $9 for Canada, and that's it. It's another very simple Kickstarter with a collection of amazingly drawn puppies. And the Kickstarter goes all the way to the 30th of April. So what, 14 days? All right, that's it for another episode of The Curators. You can find our curated page at kickstarter.com/Gamerati. You can also email us at thecurators@gamerati.com. Tell me if you liked the projects I commented today and if you're backing any of them. The show notes for this episode and all our episodes are at thecurators.gamerati.com, where you can watch the video versions or listen and subscribe to the podcast. The Curators can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. And that's it for me. See you next time.